Hey y'all, good morning. Camera on today. I'm sitting in St. Simons enjoying the weather before it gets really hot. Sounds like y'all are also getting some heat advisories as well. Make sure that y'all are taking care of self. Today is Tuesday. Um, any COTD today, Leslie or Linda, that I need to be aware of?
We've got a team meeting today. We're going to be going over some strategies to help get some listings sold. I know that we have a lot of people still struggling with that, so we're going to be hitting on that pretty heavily. But that's all we've got going on today.
Can somebody bring up a strategy for doing a termination fee? Just throwing that out there, i.e., y'all putting termination fees in your agreement so that if sellers are just not realistic, then at least you're getting something out of the deal. Just food for thought. It's my 2 cents for that mastermind. Um, yeah, we talked about that at the regional meeting with a lot of the mega agents because everybody's seeing all this fallout. Sellers aren't being reasonable, and yet we're investing time, money, and energy into it. I think a termination fee after we've worked with them for 6 months and they refuse to drop is warranted. So, all right. Hey, I'm gonna go over a few things today. Obviously, we're doing AI. I'm hoping that y'all can see my screen when I share it. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Cool. This is I don't leave me, okay? This is going to be a little bit complicated. And while I say don't leave me, I'm going to give you a prompt at the end of this that will be a mid-year review for your business. So if you stick with me on this, I'm going to give you a little bit of a carrot nugget at the end of this that you'll appreciate. So please don't leave me. Because this is getting technical and I need y'all to understand it. And they actually bring it up in here. They talk about this as a trust signal number one. We have to set up the technical side of our websites so that it essentially will speak to the robots on the back end. And so I'm going to read this because I think this is important for y'all to understand. It says technical trust signals include things you can't actually see on the screen. It's the step that makes some people really energized and most people really bored. It's technical signal number one, or trust signal number one is a technical, and they call it packaging. They talk about technical trust signals are found in your website's back end. So this is what you're seeing on the back end of a website. How it is written on the back end will optimize your SEO and GEO. So it talks about language that robots read, which to me is I typically hear about HTML. It also has CSS and JSON. It says when your website speaks robot, search engines can read and understand it quickly and accurately, giving them confidence to share it with humans. Humans unconsciously experience the trust signals too through the ease, speed, and security of your website. Humans can't see the robot language, but they can feel it, i.e., if this is not set up technically correct on the back end, you're not going to see it, and nor are anybody else on the other side. Okay. So I'm on page, just so everybody knows, SEO, GEO, I'm on page 13. Somebody can hit that in the chat. This is important. So on page 13, this talks about checking your semantic data and I don't even know how to even pronounce that word. Schema make markup. And so this talks about how do you make sure that it is best optimized technically before we start feeding it. They have added a bunch of links in here so you can look at how it's optimized. So right here it says check your somatic data. So you could essentially go to this link, add your website, and it will tell you what you need to do in order to make sure it's set up with the right technical support on the back end of your website so it's optimized for human communication on the other side, right? So they have it for both links here. I'm going to put this in the chat, all of these, just so y'all can grab these. Hopefully it'll let me do this. Hold on, let me stop share. I want y'all to be able to grab these. Yep, there we go. Y'all take these links, put your website in these links, and then you'll see really quickly what it is doing on the back end and is it set up for you to make sure that you're getting the most out of the technical side of your website. Okay. This is another one they recommend checking the speed of your website, i.e., if I'm on Linda's website and it is going really slow, do you think I'm going to stay on the website? No. So this you can essentially look at all the pages on your website, test it with this link, and it'll tell you what you need to do to fix the speed of your website. You also want to make sure your website is mobile optimized. And all of these links, if you will put your website in these links, it will test all of these back-end systems for you so you can make sure it's fully optimized with speed. It's making sure it's communicating, obviously, to the robots on the back end, and then that way it's picked up on the other side. Okay. And then let me share my screen one more time with you guys on this side. Hopefully y'all can see this. And then it talks about Google Business Profile. Link your Google Business Profile to your website. All right. You need to make sure that you have a Google Business Profile. If you do not, you're missing out on a huge opportunity to get optimized. Specifically, when you have a closing, you can ask for referrals, and then this will optimize as you build your Google Business Profile page. I'm going to stop. I'm going through a lot. What questions do y'all have about this?
Can you do these things on the Keller Williams websites?
Yes, it actually says a lot of it's already done for you on the Keller Williams websites. Trying to do this link, but it's not letting me do it. There it goes. It says up here, Linda. Um, it says right at the very beginning, it says make sure your website is designed for every device, and it says built with KW command, you're good to go. Move on to number 4. Same thing with URLs. It says with commands, website, you're good to go. And then you just need to check your website load speed. And then obviously y'all are going to have your Google profile set up as well.
Can
Linda,
I say
this is
something about that actually? I think most people don't know how to set it up. You do have to start a brand new Gmail and make sure at the very beginning during setup you say that it's a business email. That way you can set up a Google business page with it. Because you have to be the admin and like the controller to have a Google business page. So I forget to mention that sometimes when I tell people to set one up, and that makes it hard. So can't really do it with the KW email because, Keller Williams International controls it. You have to have a separate business email just to link your Google business page.
did y'all get my other links or did it not come through?
Just one came through on my end. The business,
Okay.
google.com.
I'm going to send you these other links to validate the technical side of your websites. Y'all, all I'm asking you to do is go click on these links and make sure everything is optimized on the back end. And you have the right technical setup on the back end so that you're structured to win. I.e., you want to make sure that all of this is set up correctly so that then when you start feeding it, it's fully optimized. So I put validator on here. It also has the Google test results and then the Google business profile page. Okay, this is really technical, and this is why I asked y'all to stay on this. This is pretty much making sure you have the back end set up so that when you start feeding, it's going to essentially create more urgency and speed, and it's going to spit out more information to the consumer because you're setting it up to speak to the robots on the back end. It's the best way that I could say that. And it also says the big idea, technical trust signals are the behind the scenes hidden work that makes your website fast, secure, and understandable to robots. So that's it with the technical side. We're going to go through some FAQs next week, but since you've stuck around with all this technical jargon and y'all are taking these links and making sure that your websites are optimized on the back end, I want to talk about SWOT analysis for y'all. What is a SWOT analysis? Somebody that's not Linda.
It's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats.
Has anybody ran one on their business recently? Okay, so I have created a prompt, and I'm gonna pull it up real quick. I want to make sure that y'all are paying attention to this, so that you can figure out how to create more business in your business between now and the end of the year. And if we're not looking at the numbers, it's going to be really hard for y'all to think strategically in order to do so. It just logged me out, of course. Leslie, I don't know if you can share your screen. I saw you were in there. There we go. Y'all, we're going to send this prompt out. We can send it out in an email. Linda, can you take this and add this to Facebook for them? Some things I want to make sure. This is a prompt that I've already created for you that all you have to do is go into your Google Gemini or ChatGPT or Claude and literally copy and paste this and add the following reports. If you have multi-year trends, you need to add that in there. Leslie or Linda, on Thursday, can y'all go over where they can find their multi-year trends?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a completed economic model, you can dump it in there, and then you can also tell it your goals. I.e., I wanted to get 18 sellers closed, and I wanted to get 15 buyers closed. And this is where I am with my average price point. This is where I am with total units. I've tried to make it as simple as possible so that y'all could literally just copy and paste this, put this in your large language model, and you can figure out, hey, how can I create a disruptive second half of the year? We did this with the brokerage, and I would highly encourage you to do this with your business. So, I just wanted to give y'all this little prompt, this little nugget, since you stuck with me through all the technical conversation. Y'all, here's the deal. And I'm just going to ask somebody to unmute yourself. Where do you go search for real estate agents? Where do people, if they don't know a good real estate agent, where are they going? Where's the place when y'all go when you're in a new area and you're searching for a good restaurant, where are you going?
Google.
Okay. So if we are not optimized on Google, y'all have missed a huge opportunity for marketing and advertising yourself. Would everybody agree? I know that this technical stuff isn't fun, and quite frankly, it could be a little boring. But I am really encouraging y'all to take your websites, stick them in the links that I just provided. Make sure you have a Google business page set up so that we are optimizing you for the best chance of getting recommended via Google and then eventually recommended via any kind of chat GPT or large language model. So I know this is technical, and we can keep doing it the hard way and just going one-to-one with the consumer and praying they want to work with us, or we can create some operational efficiencies and create a large funnel so people are knocking down the door to do business with us. Hopefully that makes sense. So I put all of these in the chat. All I want y'all to do is take your websites, plug it into these links, and then let me know what it comes up with. I'd be curious if you go down this journey, send me a text, let me know how it's going. Hey, heads up, all of our leadership team in our office, Linda, should we be running this with our websites as well? Yes.
Yes. Sorry, my phone couldn't unmute.
So I want to make sure that everybody is doing these activities because this is really important setup for y'all's business for long-term success. So we'll get these SWOT analysis out to you today. We'll put it on Facebook, and then we'll also get it to Felicia so that y'all can access that as well. Y'all let me know if you need anything. Y'all have a great day. Y'all stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.